Hi everyone, so today's video is about mobilizing the back and about getting some strong abdominal work in. So let's get started. So I'm going to presume that you haven't done any movement so that your body is a little bit cold. So we're just going to warm up. I want you to take a strap or a belt, something you've got handy that you can make into some form of loop. And you're going to take that loop around the ball of your feet. If you can straighten the legs, that's great. If by straightening the legs you are hunching, rounding into your back, rather bend a little bit and make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, spine is straight, shoulders are down. And so here, all we're going to do is pull back on that strap, taking sure not to lift the shoulders, keep the shoulders down, draw the belly in, let your head hang. This is really important because you want to feel that stretch all the way up into the back of your head. So here you should feel it literally from your lower back all the way up the spine into the skull. You can draw your belly in, you can really let go of your head, and you're basically holding the strap with your fingers. And you can take as many breaths here as you feel you need. Sometimes it's quite nice to hang out in this position. Notice if you are rounding more in your upper back. You want to try and get a little bit more rounding in the lower back. So the aim here is to move every little segment in your spine and not just focus on your upper back. And then taking 2 more breaths here, just really lapping up this luscious stretch. And then on your next inhale, slowly start to lift the chest. And we're going to go for a little hamstring stretch. You're keeping those shoulders down, gently pulling the strap and making sure the spine stays straight. So we're not trying to force it at all. This is your warm-up. And remember again, if your knees are bent, that's fine. You can still get a lovely stretch in the hamstrings. Just keep the shoulders down, keep the belly engaged, and imagine pulling your collarbone forward as opposed to rounding your shoulders forward. So wherever you are, just be accepting of this position. Another breath in. Exhale to pull. And then we go back into the first position. So drawing the belly in, rounding the lower back, middle back, upper back, and then finally letting that head hang forward as you press back. And shoulders relax completely. Let go of that head. It's tough to let go of the head. We want to hold the neck here, but when you let go, you get that final part of that beautiful stretch up the whole back line. Taking 1 more breath in. Exhale. And then as you inhale, coming forward again. And really squeezing those shoulder blades together, drawing the belly in and pressing the chest forward. Your arms will look like little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. That's okay. We're just trying to wake up the back line. So again, as many breaths as you want here, depending on how tight you're feeling. Just avoid the hunching, the rounding of the shoulders, and of course, that ever-present poking of the neck. Just let the neck go completely. And we do 1 more inhale and exhale. Suck that belly in and pull back. This time, and trying to pull back as much as you can. So getting a little bit more stretch, a little bit more out of your back. Don't forget, lower back as much as upper back. Head hangs heavy. 1 more breath in. Exhale it out. And slowly come all the way up. And take it forward. Relax the shoulders, checking the neck. Big breath in. Flex those feet. And exhale. And release. Okay, so your back line should be feeling a little bit warmer in preparation for our roll downs. So we're going to start with our half roll back. Grab a foam block if you have one, otherwise anything else you can squeeze between the knees will do, it doesn't really matter. You're going to place your feet hip point distance apart on the mat. Toes facing forward, placing the block between your knees. And you're going to have to work and see where the feet need to be. Don't mind if you need to shuffle them back and forward till you find your perfect spot. And then lifting out through the chest and reaching through those arms. So fingertips reaching forward, broad through the collarbones, and plug those armpits in. So we don't want the shoulders lifting, we don't want the upper traps squeezing the neck tight. We want to keep a nice long neck. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to suck the belly in and tilt through that pelvis and come into your roll back, your half roll back. So here again, totally depends on you. And some people are a little bit stronger, a little bit more mobile in the spine, so they can go back a little bit further for their half roll back. Some people may need to stay up, but I want you to keep that constant connection to core. I want you to keep that hollowing out of the belly and keep those shoulders down and armpits in. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, up you come, lengthening through the spine. Big breath in, exhale, scoop and tuck, down you go. Arms reach forward, breath in to prepare as you narrow the waist. Exhale, up you come. Nice big breath in, exhale, down you go. Hold it for the inhale, exhale, up you come. Nice big breath in, exhale, down you go. Maybe you can challenge yourself, go a little deeper. Hold it for the breath in, and exhale, up you come. 3 more, inhale, and exhale. Maybe a little bit lower. Hold it there for the breath in, exhale, up you come. Nice big breath in, exhale, down you go. Hold it for the breath in, and exhale, up you come. The last one. Nice big breath in, and exhale, down you go. Now we're going to hold it here, and we're just going to squeeze that block. Not too hard. I don't want your hip flexors to get too active in this. I want you to feel more inner thighs. I want you to feel more belly. Reach those arms forward and hold. Good. And we're going to try and go a little bit deeper for the last 10 seconds. Maybe peel down a little bit more. Tuck that tailbone underneath. Keep that core engaged. Reach through the arm bones. And slowly up you go. Coming down into your back now, we're going to do the other side of the movement. So from the bottom coming up. And we're going to again take the block between the knees. Don't take the feet too wide. Make sure the feet are just block distance apart. Interlacing the hand behind the head. Lifting those elbows into your periphery vision. Neutral spine, so try not to imprint if you can. Take a breath in to prepare, and as you exhale, hover the head first, then tuck your chin, lengthen the back of the neck, and peel up for your chest lift. And we're going to hold here for a few moments, just checking in, making sure you're nice and soft in the lower back, making sure the hips are still, little squeeze of the block, neck is nice and relaxed, heavy in your head, heavy in your hands. Breath in to hold, and exhale, down you come. Inhale takes the preparation, exhale, peel up. Inhale, hold, exhale to lower. Inhale, hold, exhale, come on up. Inhale, hold, and exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, hold, exhale, come on up. Inhale, hold, and exhale, lower. For the last 2, come up a little higher if you can. Inhale, hold, exhale, come on up. So a little higher than your normal chest lift. Good. Check in with that neck. Flatten the belly for the inhale, and exhale, down you come. Last one, nice big breath in. We're going to hold this one. Exhale, come on up. So holding it as high as you can. Now you're going to really imprint that lower back into the mat. Really draw your belly in. Press the lower back down, and try and come up a little bit higher. Your hands are still behind your head, and keep it there for 3, almost there. For 2, and 1. Slowly lower. Take the arms wide. So making your way up again, blocks still between the knees, feet still block distance apart. We're going to practice that whole movement. So again, adjust the feet to see where you need them. Reach the arms forward, sit right up tall on those sit bones, belly in for the inhale, exhale, scoop and tuck. You're going to go to that half roll back position, and you're going to hold it there. So this is your comfortable half roll back. We're now going to challenge that roll back, and we're going to go a little bit deeper, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go a little deeper for 5, 4, 3. You may start shaking, that's absolutely fine, and a little deeper for 5, 4, 3. Keep the block squeezing between your knees, and last one, a little deeper. Maybe you can touch that lower back onto the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way down. Extending the legs forward now. You can flex or point the feet wherever you feel more comfortable. Make sure the block is still somewhere between your legs where you can give it a little squeeze. the arms are up overhead. We're going to go for our full roll up. So, on the inhale, we bring the arms up so the fingertips face the ceiling. We hover the head. As we exhale, we start to nod the chin, peel the shoulders, upper back, middle back. Arms are reaching forward as we draw the belly in and come all the way up to seated. If your hamstrings are a little tight, a little bend in the knees here. As you take it forward, the spine stays long. And back up to your seated 90 position. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, we start by scoop, hollow out. We want that lower back coccyx area to touch first. Then the middle back. Notice where my arms are. They're only coming up to the ceiling as my shoulders hit the floor. And then the arms go all the way up overhead. Inhale, takes fingers up to the ceiling. Hovers the head. Exhale, sees you tuck the chin, reach those arms forward like you're trying to touch your toes. Try not to rush this movement. Reach forward. If you want a little hamstring stretch here, you can. And lengthen again through the spine. Big breath in. Exhale, takes you down. Draw that belly in. Really suck it in. Imagine your belly button touching your spine all the way down. Arms up and over. And inhale. Hover the head. Exhale. All the way up. Reach it forward, and up you come. Big breath in, scoop and tuck, scoop and tuck, scoop and tuck as much as you can to feel coccyx, lower back, middle back, upper back, all the way up overhead. Up come the arms, hover the head, tuck the chin. Big breath in, and exhale. You want to go for 5 more. So that was the straightforward roll up and roll down. You can do it with a block or without a block. You can do it with bent knees if you find it's just too much for your hamstrings, they're just too tight, or if you feel a little bit more support is needed for the back. You can also take a rolled up mat, place this underneath your spine. This will help if you're not strong enough or if you haven't got the mobility in the spine. Or you could also have the option of using a little cushion to give you some help.